naked, merciless force. Today, the bestial human herds have at last been systematically flushed from their feeding grounds. No single human being has escaped our net. They are dead, or if not dead, they are in their cages, condemned to die. I do not say that all humans are evil simply because their skin is white, but our lawgiver tells us that never, never will they have the ape's divine faculty for distinguishing between evil and good. Their eyes are animal, their smell, the smell of the dead, of the flesh they eat. Had they been allowed to live and breed among us unchecked, they would have been overwhelmed us. And the concept of ape power would become meaningless, and our high and splendid culture would have wasted away, and our civilization would have been ravaged or destroyed.
Well, you can see how you can just take humans out of there and put whatever thing
because
you hate
the
in
only
there.
good human is a dead human.
Yeah.
And so when he's saying, I'm just saying a human can speak. They've met humans that can speak. So does that mean they can distinguish between evil and good, or is it just... I don't understand.
He was really setting up exactly where they are in terms of why the military had to take control and eradicate the humans. And now we're getting kind of an abbreviated moment just to kind of get them into this moment of why humans are bad.
And as soon as all the gorillas start cheering, it looks like Zaius wakes up from a nap.
He does a little bit.
That was my note. And it's kind of our first tight on Zaius.
Mm-hmm.
And it's our first sight of actually really good orangutan makeup. Like it was, right? I mean, like, oh, that's good makeup.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not terrified now. I can sleep.
When he says the only good human is a dead human, and the guerrilla soldiers cheer, he kind of startles like he's been asleep this entire time.
So in this, we also get a shot, and this is toward the end of the minute, where we see a familiar face.
Too.
Well, and that brings up what we have to, I think, talk about at this point, because we know someone who's not in this movie.
I don't know who's not in this movie.
So what was interesting about that moment?
And Zira.
But what actor did not work in this movie?
Oh, was McDowell not
Roddy
in it?
McDowell's
not
not
I didn't
in
even because wait,
it looks
but they
just,
does okay, yeah.
So we get this fantastic moment of the crowd cheering and Zaius waking up to it,
mm-hmm.
and the chimpanzees being silent. But so you zoom in on two familiar faces,
mm-hmm.
but in like the half a second before, you see some of the chimps because they're all quiet. You see some of them actually turn and look at Zira,
mm-hmm.
like waiting for her to respond to what's about to happen.
So we get the shot, and is anyone going to dispute that looks like Cornelius?
Oh yeah, it's got to be the makeup from because I thought it was Cornelius.
So it's not Roddy McDowell.
Right.
That was David Watson, an English actor that was recast. His credits began in TV. This was arguably his biggest film work. Prior to that, his biggest credits were Petticoat Junction, eventually Charlie's Angels, and The Bionic Woman.
All right.
So, and he did a lot of things like Bonanza and things like that too. So he had the work, but he was the biggest thing. He was an English actor. Therefore, he could do the voice, and
he could mimic the voice.
When we get to that point, I will spoil this for you. Mm-hmm. He does a pretty good job.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I think even looking like Roddy McDowell in the makeup, he does a good job.
Mm-hmm.
So we get that tight on two familiar faces, Zira and Cornelius. He does a really nice kind of moment where he has his hand to his chin, and he kind of moves his fingers as if he's made this decision. And then we move back to Guerrilla Leader, who says, by a revered minister of science, Dr. Zaius. And the minute kind of ends with a few people clapping quietly.
Which, if we have to extrapolate, there's been some time since the cave at the end of the first movie, Taylor disappearing, picking up Brent, and coming back here. We were at the end of the last movie. The last we heard, they were going to be tried and potentially executed, and now they're just sitting here when people are having a rally of some sort.
That is a really, really good point.
Did the trial happen yet? Did they? I don't know.
Let me ask this question because we got the reiteration of the last film at the beginning of this one, and in that it was eradicated any mention of them being put on trial for heresy.
They cut them out of everything.
So have they rewritten what's to happen?
Is it like the Force Awakens versus The Last Jedi, where Kylo Ren's scar moves?
Well, yeah.
Because
have they rewritten something? And why did they do that?
Because they wanted to look better in the second movie.
Whatever.
I'm going to go a little further than that. So yes, correct. You are correct in the fact that at the end we had Cornelius being hauled off for his crimes. They're going to be tried for heresy. Zira has a moment with Zaius as if they have like some commonality. Cornelius' cave has been destroyed. All his evidence has been destroyed. He's going to go on trial. We're now in a situation where there appears to be some type of military coup. I promise you, Zaius
or at the beginning of one,
wants all the allies he needs, he can have.
True. Okay, I like that.
Humans have been eradicated.
I like that
Zaius is not. Taylor's gone. Zaius doesn't care. But Cornelius and Zero are now not his enemies. It's what's happening around him that he just woke up for in this minute.
Yeah. Whoa.
He did really. Hey,
Whoa.
Startled
Hey.
away. Yeah.
He almost looked like me a little bit ago, kind of coming around. For a bit.
But I mean that's what I gathered from it. I gathered from the fact that something else is happening internally inside Gorilla City, and Zaius is no longer his priority. But I mean, if we take into the idea that humans skin white, maybe there was something politically happening with the eradication of humans that chimpanzees are quiet about because they're being obviously quiet. Mm-hmm. The orangutans are being kind of sitting there like they're the leadership, but they're also being quiet because they've been taken over by the military. I mean, it's a really imbalanced, uncomfortable situation for everybody.
Absolutely.
That's it for me. What are you guys?
I think that was a great episode. We're leading into
I think
Friday.
we're going to pack that one up, send it off to the Museum of Television Radio, get it right into the archives.
TV, radio, podcasting.
Yep.
All right. That is Thursday in the books. Be back tomorrow, and we will give you what we say is an exciting Friday send-off instead of the usual kind of downhill side.
Yes.
Right?
I promise you, of all the Friday Minute of the Apes ones, this will be the one you hear tomorrow.
Awesome. For Richard and Sean, I'm Todd. Have a great one. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, everybody.
Beneath the Minute of the Apes. Beneath the Minute of the Apes. Beneath the Minute of the Apes.